Hello, it's great to see you again in the live broadcast of VTV News at 3 p.m. Hanoi time. You're with me, Hainam, and first are the headlines. Vietnam and the EU reach agreement on timber export market. Traditional clean fish sauce regains market share thanks to efforts of a fisherman in Phú Yên province. Later on, we'll explore how Phú Thọ province restores traditional festivals to commemorate Hung Kings. Now, top news of the hour. As part of its continued preparation for the elections of the 14th National Assembly and People's Council, the National Election Council convened its fourth session on April 13th under the chair of the National Assembly Chairwoman Nguyễn Thị Kim Ngân. This was the first gathering of the Council since the recently concluded 11th meeting of the 13th National Assembly.
At the event, the Election Council completed assigning specific tasks to all members. The Council also reviewed the progress of preparation activities. Public opinion on candidates is currently being collected, and the list of candidates is being updated regularly. Regarding the official list of candidates to be decided at the conference, Ngân underscored the need to ensure the ratios of female and ethnic minority representatives are in accordance with the law on the election of deputies to the National Assembly and People's Councils. Campaigns to raise public awareness about the elections are also intensifying. Concluding the session, National Assembly Chairwoman Nguyễn Thị Kim Ngân emphasized the Council tasks over the coming time, including finalizing the candidate list and ensuring the election process follows the law of Vietnam.
No confirmations have been made on whether or not foreign invested companies in Vietnam are related to the Panama Papers incident. But representatives of the General Department of Taxation said that the incident has awakened authorities to be more vigilant with businesses from the tax haven. According to the Department of Taxation representatives, when entering Vietnam, many investors take advantage of tax incentives in this country and then transfer money back to a tax haven to enjoy 0% tax rates. So it is necessary to reconsider the origin of investors and review taxation avoidance agreements. Authorities need to enhance the capability of staff in this field to supervise foreign investment in enterprises, particularly when tax procedures are being simplified. In other news, Vietnam and the European Union have agreed that the Vietnam Timber Legality Assurance System will be applied to wood and wood products exported to the EU and also to other countries and domestic market. The two sides reached the agreement during their sixth negotiating session on the Voluntary Partnership Agreement or VPA on Forest Law Enforcement, Governance and Trade or FLEGT on April 13th. The two sides entered negotiations on FLEGT VPA in October 2010 and on the FLEGT licensed timber and timber products from Vietnam will be considered legal and as such not subject to requirements of the EU timber regulation. Vietnam Expo 2016, entitled Vietnam Enhancing World Economic Integration, sponsored by the Ministry of Industry and Trade of Vietnam, takes place from the 13th to the 16th of April. The event will be an opportunity for Vietnamese businesses to seek opportunities and connect with their foreign partners. More to follow.
One highlight at Expo will be the participation of Vietnam Value Award winners. The winners are some of the country's leading brands, and the event will offer them an important opportunity to further links with foreign partners from 20 countries worldwide.
This is a chance to find foreign partners to sign new contracts and expand the distribution of our products in overseas markets.
This year, Belarus was chosen as the country of honor at the 26th Vietnam Expo. The event takes place against a backdrop where Vietnam has signed a free trade agreement with the Eurasian Economic Union, including the Belarus.
We have paid attention to the Vietnamese market for many years. We expect that after the free trade agreement between Vietnam and Eurasian Economic Union takes effect, Vietnam's export will increase by 30% to the member countries. Belarus is focused on machinery and engineering manufacturing. If Belarus products prove popular in Vietnam, we take advantage of Asian economic community to export our products to other Asian countries.
With 600 booths, including over 500 Vietnamese and foreign companies, the expo has become a bridge for a growing number of Vietnamese companies and foreign enterprises. This event contributes to promoting market development and expanding ties between domestic and overseas firms.
Brand names and quality are important factors that help companies to compete with other enterprises, promote a company's image, and improve the value for the company.
The event is expected to welcome 20,000 visitors. A series of events will also take place on the satellite of the show, including an export promotion forum organized by the Department of Trade Promotion, and workshops and seminars promoting trade between Vietnamese enterprises and foreign partners.
The Vietnam International Travel Mart 2016 officially kicked startups in today, April 14th, in Hanoi, with nearly 500 stores from both domestic and international travel agencies and localities. A significant number of discounted tour packages will also be introduced at the event. Themed Vietnam, the paradise of sea and island tourism, the Vietnam International Travel Mart 2016 will focus on promoting sea and island destinations, an advantage of Vietnam's tourism sector. In addition, tour products in the northwestern region, Central Highlands and South Central Coast will also be promoted. It is estimated that the three-day fair will attract 62,000 visitors and that 20,000 air tickets and 15,000 tours with various discounts will also be sold at the event. Vietnam now needs more specific support tools to improve the capacity of its businesses. Business development services are one type of important tool to boost business production. However, this type of service is mainly unknown among Vietnamese firms, especially small and medium-sized enterprises. More to follow.
Business development services cover all non-financial services that providers offer to the businesses. They help to organize and manage enterprises effectively, develop markets, and increase competitiveness. They are intellectual property services or tax services, accounting, audit, technical analysis. Vietnam currently has around 246 official auditing firms. However, only 140 companies are in the operation. There are 230 qualified tax agencies in just 32 provinces and cities. These numbers are modest compared with the country's 500,000 companies.
Vietnamese companies are mainly small and medium enterprises, and therefore they are not capable of paying for business development services. However, services provided by governmental agencies have also not met demand either.
For many countries, business development services help businesses focus on producing targeted products and improve business efficiency. In Vietnam, in order to promote the development of this sector, there are more reforms to increase the confidence of businesses in using these services.
We need a legal framework such as tax agencies, those who are capable of providing explanations in front of tax authorities.
State agencies should not directly provide the service for business. They are considered as a bridge connecting the service providers with business.
In order to increase the popularity of business development services among businesses, the government needs to expand the scale of operation and promote its benefits. Companies have to improve the quality of these services and promote fair competition in the market.
On April 13th, a conference was held by the management board of the Phú Province High-Tech Agricultural Zone to encourage cooperation and investment in the field of high-tech agriculture in the central province. Phú Province still has a limited number of high-tech projects and in businesses due to a lack of facilities and capital. Currently, the provincial authorities have planned 3 high-tech agricultural zones, which focus on aquatic products, fruit trees, medicinal plants, and husbandry. Through the event, Phú Province expected to gain experience from domestic high-tech agriculture hubs like Lâm Đồng Province or Ho Chi Minh City. Experts at the conference also showed their desire to build up the clean agro product chains in Phú Province. Now, also in the agriculture sector, fish sauce is a very familiar product for Vietnamese families. Over recent times, traditional fish sauce has been in competition with industrially produced fish sauce. Realizing the demand for clean foods, a family in the coastal province of Phú Yên decided to change their conventional ways of selling products on the market. By focusing more on quality and being certified as a clean product, their traditional fish sauce is now gaining more market shares and opening chances for other fishermen in the region.
These are the results of the fishermen's fishing trip in Mỹ Quang village, Phú Yên province. This fish will be delivered to Nguyễn Hồng Sơn house to be used in making fish sauce. His family has been making this traditional product for more than 100 years. They use no preservative or artificial substances. They simply produce clean, tasty fish sauce.
Tức là phương pháp truyền thống.
We follow our traditional recipe, which means we only use fish and salt.
His daughter Thúy Hằng, who lives in Ho Chi Minh City, decided to bring the flavors of her hometown to the urban environment, contributing to a clean traditional fish sauce market for consumers. Last month, she has sold 500 liters of fish sauce at a price of $6 each.
I chose Ho Chi Minh City as a target market because it's a big city and there are lots of chemicals in food around here. I want to bring a safe and delicious product to consumers.
Mỹ Quang fish sauce attracts quite a lot of consumers as it's certified to be a clean and safe product. Therefore, fishermen are also focusing on ensuring and improving the quality of the fish sauce.
If products meet quality requirements, we can gain more market share. Consumers always wisely choose clean and high-quality products.
Consumer demand for safe, preservative-free fish sauce is bouncing back again.
We know that this fish sauce is made from fish really caught fresh from the sea, so we all choose to use it.
Consumers always expect high-quality food products. Thus, this trend is an opportunity for coastal villages and fishermen to find outputs and contribute towards regaining the market share of traditional fish sauce.
And now is some good news for dragon fruit farmers in Vietnam. The Plant Protection Department announced on April 12th that Taiwan has agreed to reopen its door to Vietnamese white flesh dragon fruit, starting from June 1st, after several years of interruption. Vietnam is looking to export more than 13,000 tons of dragon fruit to Taiwan per year. Previously, Vietnam exported about 10,000 tons of dragon fruit to Taiwan per year. However, from 2008, exports halted due to an epidemic of fruit flies. The news was welcomed by dragon fruit growers and exporters, as Taiwan is a promising market for the fruit. The department is also working on improved hygiene and quarantine measures for any exports. And now VTV News will continue with the foreign exchange rates. More to come in the next part of VTV News. Điện Biên province re-inters the remains of 38 soldiers who died doing their duties in Laos. And later on, people in the south join hands to make a giant chung cake for Hung King's Commemoration Day. Stay tuned for more updates. You're watching VTV News live at 3 p.m. from Hanoi. A solemn reception, memorial service and burial service for the remains of 38 soldiers who died in Laos were held in Điện Biên province on Wednesday, April 13th. However, the search and the recovery of the remains of many dead soldiers has become more difficult because many were left buried in different locations across Laos.
38 graves were found and gathered from 6 different provinces in northern Laos by military Zone 2 during the dry season over the past 2 years. Until now, there are more than 1,600 graves of soldiers that served in Laos have been found by 3 generations of search teams in military Zone 2 working with local Lao support. However, the search has become increasingly challenging.
These 10 soldiers were buried in non-residential places with harsh living conditions and were discovered at 2,032 meters up.
The locations of many dead soldiers buried in Laos still remains unknown, while the numbers requested searches have increased. Therefore, the search for remains of Vietnamese volunteer soldiers that found in Laos has become increasingly difficult.
The search for remains is very urgent and important and requires a lot of work. Therefore, significant efforts have been required by the authorities of both Vietnam and Laos in searching for those who died during the war.
The remains of 38 Vietnamese soldiers have returned to their homeland today, including one person who died fighting the French, with the remainder dating back to the American War. However, there are only 11 sets of remains that can be identified. Despite the difficulties, Vietnam and Laos will never forget those who died in their respective countries' struggle for independence.
Hailstorms and whirlwinds caused serious damage to vegetable and flower crops in the central city of Đà Lạt, Lâm Đồng province on April 13th. The 5-minute disasters lifted the roofs of 5 hectares of greenhouses and other buildings in the high-tech flower farming area and caused losses of nearly $225,000. Dozens of hectares of outdoor vegetable farms were also crushed. The local farmers' union and authorities are urgently weighing the losses and carrying out support activities. The Mekong Delta region is well known for its rich river systems and interwoven canals. However, in the last few months, prolonged drought and salinity have severely damaged the whole area. For the first time, reservoirs in the lowest lands of the Dong Tháp Mười area were empty. In particular, the Lang San Wetland Reserve, which is home to thousands of rare birds and hundreds of species of freshwater fish, is facing severe water shortage. According to the manager of the Lang San Reserve, this is the first time they have witnessed these lowlands dry to the bottom. They are also urgently providing a water supply to the reserve as the situation is affecting the ecosystem of the area. Prolonged severe drought has led to thousands of hectares of agricultural land halting production in Ninh Thuận and Binh Thuận provinces. To ensure their incomes, many farmers have had to leave the countryside and find work in factories, even though switching from agricultural and industrial labor is not an easy task.
The severe drought has lasted 3 consecutive years, so even when land was available, no crops could be grown. This man was born in Ninh Thuận province, but left his village to find work. He was lucky enough to find a job in the Vĩnh Tân thermal power plants, Tuy Phong district, Binh Thuận province. Now his monthly income is around $250 to $300, higher than what rice farming brought him in his hometown.
I try to find jobs so I can support my kids. In general, my life here is quite stable.
Working in the fields is very up and down. The income is not stable, so I'm working at a factory. Income from the factory is more stable.
In Tuy Phong Commune, Bình Thuận Province alone, water shortages has since 1,200 hectares of field not produced crops over 5 consecutive seasons. However, the people of Tuy Phong District, Bình Thuận Province, are still in a more favorable position. The Vĩnh Tân thermal power plants have facilitated settled jobs for thousands of local workers.
The company creates opportunities for students who have just finished high school to train in power management. The company also recruits less skilled workers to do tasks like bonsai care and industrial hygiene, with approximately 40 to 60 workers in these roles.
In Bình Thuận Province, there will be over 15,000 hectares of agricultural land out of production in the summer-autumn season, as water is prioritized for domestic and livestock use. This means the number of unemployed workers in the rural areas continues to rise. Their lives rely a lot on rain, but according to the forecast, rain in the central regions is not likely until August.
And now in the agriculture scene, the custom of worshipping the Hung Kings, the mythical ancestors of the country, dates back thousands of years. The ritual was interrupted during war, but since 1983, many traditional festivals worshipping the legendary figures have been restored in Phú Thọ province. Two of these include the sticky rice pounding competition and the making of sweetened sticky rice cake. And now, let's visit the two villages in Phú Thọ province to find out more about the meaning of these two special rituals.
Training for the Zapdong Glucious rice pounding team in Mo Chu Hat village has been going on since 7 p.m. To make the best bánh dày or glucious rice cake, the contestants must prepare and practice months before the competition date. 5 kilos of sticky rice is carefully selected and steamed. The steamed sticky rice is then pounded into a smooth and consistent dough. The dough is divided into equal portions. Each piece is then molded into one round cake.
We must take our responsibility in preserving this legend. Vietnamese people, regardless of race and religion, all look forward to showing their respect for their roots and ancestors.
The atmosphere of the practice sessions becomes heated by the support of many young people.
I prepared the bamboo palace and cleaned up the stone mortar for the elderly. I'm very grateful to be able to participate in this ritual ceremony.
Villagers in Dị Nậu Commune make bánh mật or sweetened glucious rice cake to commemorate Vietnamese generals who, according to legends, protected the country during the period of the Hung Kings. Mud cake from glucious rice mixed with sugarcane syrup and wrapped with dry banana leaves.
The worship of the Hung Kings has been considered as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity across the country. It's in the heart of many Vietnamese people. It reminds them of their roots. It is the belief of the whole nation. It is in the blood of Vietnamese people.
The restorations of festivals surrounding Hung King worshipping culture also helps honor local delicacies. Religious practices help spread the traditions of while drinking water remember its source. With this purpose, the worshipping of the Hung Kings in Phú Thọ was recognized as intangible cultural heritage of humanity by UNESCO in 2013.
Also in light of the Hung Kings Commemoration Day, a giant chin cake is being made at Dam Sen Park, Ho Chi Minh City. To make this giant chin cake, nearly 100 cake-making artisans have joined in the preparation, cooking and packaging over several days. This shows the heart of the southern people towards the Hung King's commemoration. Let's find out more in the following.
No matter where you go, remember March the 10th, the Hung King's commemoration. On Hung King's commemoration day, along with the nation, southern people express their feelings towards their ancestors and king. And this year, they are showing this by making a giant chung cake. The artist started preparing the ingredients for the nearly 2.5-ton cake about 2 months ago as an offering to the Hung Kings.
I'm very happy to join in making the cake.
This is an education about our nation's roots and helps to promote discipline, solidarity and cooperation. It also confirms that in all fields, if we work together and strive towards what is good, we shall succeed.
The giant chung cake is not only significant for its shape and size. Through each stage of making the cake, the southern people have shown their respect and feelings towards the Hung Kings and have gained more understanding and pride in the nation's traditions. After being offered to the Hung Kings, the giant chung cake will be shared with all the visitors of the park.
And just before we say goodbye, let's take a look at the weather updates. And that's it for VTV News at this hour. Don't forget to log on to vtv4.vn and youtube.com/vtv4go for more details about programs. We'll see you back at 6 p.m. Hanoi time in the last VTV News Bulletin of the day. For now, goodbye.